Hello again, this is Vikari. Welcome back to my channel. So, in today's episode, I want to talk about the demonic. The demonic spans ages. It goes well back into different cultures and different societies through time immemorial. And I believe it's still with us now. The demonic is something that a lot of people worship in Hollywood and so on and so forth. A lot of people openly worship the devil and demons and talk to them through Ouija boards and whatnot. At least they believe in them. And that's where it starts, it seems. The demonic is something that I've had, I don't know how to explain it, maybe minimal experience with. And it started when I first entered someone's house for the first time. Um, I walked in and my mind became ablaze with noises and crashing and banging and talking, and it was just unbelievable what I experienced. I couldn't believe what I was experiencing. It was just too much. It was too much at once, and I just brushed it off. I was really alighted to something new in my life. For the first time, I had been experiencing something that just really radically changed how I perceive things. It was too much to take in at one time. I guess I was in shock from it for years before I could actually talk about it. This person whose house that I went in used to carry a book with him, and the book supposedly contained his demons. And he would drop it off at different friends' houses so that he would be away from his demons for a while. Well, wherever he left the book, it was obvious because you started to feel horrible if it was in your home. You started to feel as though something else was alien taking over your moods, taking over your disposition, changing you, and not for the better. Um, this experience went on with so many of my friends that it was undeniable. You know, the demonic is something that is like the devil. It seems to thrive from being on the inside of things. It's not against you. It's with you to change and pervert and gaslight you. Um, I don't know how much stock you'll put in demons, any of my followers, viewers, or whatever, um, but it seems as though they like to put a lot of stock in you and all of us if they can. Now, sometimes I think some people are so bought by ideas and ideals that the demonic doesn't have to do anything to achieve what they want to meet the ends somewhere. But in through time and through different areas of cultures and societies and such, that they didn't have to have or put up a big fight to get anywhere with people. Um, and then some in other instances, it takes a hell of a lot of a fight to get inside and get what they want from people. I speculated on and off for a good while now that I might have been touched by the demonic through the use of drugs, especially crystal meth, which I had messed with for not too very long of a time, but all of my friends back in the day that were involved with meth, they all agreed that it brings demons. Meth and demons go together. That certain drugs will just draw them near and bring evil people around and demonically possessed people and so forth and so on. And I can't deny it. My own experiences have been something else. When I was mentally ill, when I was very out of it, when I was in mania and psychosis, it was as though I had been drawn in by a comforting, caring kind of voice that spoke to me and drew me nearer to absolute insanity through compassionate means, through egging me on in various ways where I would lose the ground and gain compassion it was really something. I did hear voices when I was manic and in psychosis, and I of course I no longer hear them. I haven't heard voices since I stopped messing with any kind of drugs at all, and so thank heaven for that. But when I was going through it, it was as though, again, like I said, as a comforting voice that wanted me to do things, that egged me on. And as soon as I took the bait at all, it would let me improvise. So it was just a coaxing, gentle leading. And it seemed as though, now that I look back at it, it was professionally done, just catered specifically to me. And so that was quite a place to begin my thinking on it. Looking back from past trauma, looking back from past experiences, being able to sort of compile things together, I can say that I've had more experience with demons than I previously thought. That you don't have to believe in demons for them to mess with you. It doesn't take that. Um, they'll get you anyway. Um, Atheists and so on, I believe they're proper bait for anybody that wants to place the demonic and such. Um, because they probably don't need the coaxing. They probably don't need the help in making bad decisions. It's more of a lack of morality or objective morality. Um, of course, that's another conversation. But the demonic has a way of inspiring people through coaxing them gently, through compassion, through empathy. And I think that's where today's modern politics might really be divisive of the left and the right, where the left espouses the idea of compassion and empathy to a desperate level. And sometimes I think, well, there could be the demonic involved in that. It seems as though, that's a slippery slope. And the right, too. For sometimes I see that the right is very condescending, very and lacks empathy, at least in their presentation. Not so much in their actions. It seems as though there's a lot of compassion on the right and a lot of empathy that goes completely brushed under the rug. Now, there's people that are famous speakers out there, especially for the right, that don't sound very compassionate, don't sound very empathetic, and so I'm upset with both sides personally. I think they're misrepresented badly. There is something to good intentions. There is, and I think good intentions, although they pave the road to hell quite often, um, there is a meaning behind it. Hopefully, it's not ego driven. Hopefully, it's not money driven. That's probably another conversation as well. But the demonic will use all of your weaknesses against you to accomplish its goals. I see too much that makes sense to me as though there's a demon attached. When it comes to people killing others, when it comes to people, killing babies and such, and the horrible things that have become normalized. You know, um, these were radical ideas not that long ago. So I wonder how much the demonic interferes with our daily lives, especially nowadays, as we further ourselves from God as a society, especially when we were, in America at least, founded on Christian fundamentals.